When I was 16, my whole world was turned upside down. I made one of the most horrific decisions in my life, and it cost me. I was charged with first-degree murder, armed robbery with a firearm, and sentenced to 2 natural life terms in prison without the possibility of parole. And I've served 31 years in prison. And my life has been a disaster. Hope is a hot commodity. In prison or out of prison, people have to hold on to hope to secure what they have. The hope that I had in prison was immeasurable. Every day I was homesick. Every day I wanted to go home. Every day. I never got complacent enough to believe that prison was my home. I always had an inkling that I was gonna go home. I always had an inkling that one day things was gonna change in my life. I always had an inkling that. It was always a seed of hope left in me that told me that, Devin, as long as you got life, you got a shot, you got a chance. Things change. Things definitely change. It's a lot of dudes in prison that I met. And when I met them for the first time, man, these dudes some of them was homosexuals, some of them was killers, some of them was just weaklings. It's a lot of dudes that I met in the chain gang and seen over the years that off rip I judged to be a certain way, and I was wrong. You know, a lot of these dudes that I judged, when I seen them 10 years later in prison, they were totally different people. And I mean, totally different people. When I say people can change, people can change. And, you know, I was fascinated behind this stuff. Because, man, one dude, I knew this dude had a couple of bodies on the primes. I knew this dude was a killer, man. And me and him was cool. But he had changed his life. And I used to ask this dude, I used to be like, man, listen, man, you know, man, how can you change like that? And he was like, man, you gotta have a changed mind, man. You gotta have a made up mind. And he told me one of the most important things that I had to understand was, you know, in order for me to change, I gotta know where I was wrong at. I had to know, you know, where I had got it wrong at. And in my life at the time, I ain't see that I had done anything wrong. Man, I was getting money. Yeah. JD was in prison getting money, a lot of it, right in Cross City. Man, me and my best friend had the whole compound locked down. Absolutely. Anybody can watch whatever movie they wanted to. I just leave it at that. But, man, I had so many lockers there. Food here, food there, food there. I used to take food out my locker and give it to my homeboys, give it to people that needed it. I mean, I had all these different things going on. I had dudes hate me over here. I had dudes wanting to fight me over here. I had dudes that wouldn't fight me over here because they knew if I killed their supply chain, these dudes gonna get mad, and they ain't wanna have to. I mean, it was just a whole ball of wax, a drama. You know what I'm saying? And it was drama on a small scale. It was our own little world. See, prison is like a little world inside a world. It's a world inside a world because everything is still going on. You know what I'm saying? But it's a respect and it's a code deep in the South that ain't been broken. Now, don't get me twisted now. It's a lot of snitches in the chain gang. It's a lot of snitches in the chain gang, man. I'm telling y'all. Listen, don't go there thinking it's, the code that I'm talking about. Because the code that I'm talking about been gone. It's been over. So, go to prison if you're going to go to prison. You know what I'm saying? And be an individual. I mean, be by yourself. That's what I'm telling you. You don't need no co-defendants. All you need is yourself. And maybe, just maybe, you might meet you a friend. I met me only 3. You might meet you a friend that have your best interests at heart, that will really go out for you. I had a few friends that I met that'll really go out for me. My first friend, Boogie Down Productions. Yes, sir, baby. Out of Fort Lauderdale, that's my best friend, y'all. Anthony Davis. Boogie Down, absolutely. Me and him first met each other in ACI. And when I transferred, I transferred from ACI all the way to South Bay. He followed me. His homegirl that was in the property room, Miss Washington, yeah, okay. But anyway, that's long in the past. That's my partner though. That's my dog. He's still locked up now, but he on his way out. And when he get out, oh my God, yes. Yes, that's my partner. See, I still got love for you brothers that's in the chain gang. Man, I want y'all to be out here to redeem the time. Because y'all kings, man. And everybody out here is kings as well. Man, subscribe to my channel. Be a king. Be a redeemed king. Absolutely. Because we need more soldiers, man. We need people, and for the females out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to you too. Don't think this is just a men's channel. It's about y'all too, man. I want y'all to open up y'all mouth, comment. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all been out there. I know y'all been in them hot spots in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to get shout outs to whoever y'all want to get shout outs to. Shout out. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, do that. Listen, it's all about togetherness, man. That's what it's about, man. It's about making up your mind that you want to do what you want to do. See, when I was young, an older man told me something that I never forgot. And I always thought about this here because I used to always get into so much trouble. I used to always get into so much trouble. And guess what? I used to get in trouble on another person's decision. Man, Devin, man, go over there and see if any females over there. I'm gone, because somebody told me to. And guess what? It's females over there, but it was unauthorized area as well. So where you think I went? But somehow, some way, I talked my way up out of a lot of stuff, man. And I thank God for that. But yeah, man, when I was legit, man, I was so impulsive. I was so impulsive, man. I was an individual. I was becoming my own. But one large detail that I forgot, and my homeboy, what he told me was so profound, and it reminded me of, was the fact that, man, how you present yourself, young man, is how you're gonna get treated. How you present yourself in this life is how you gonna get treated. Wherever you go, be you. Be genuine. You special because you're an individual, you're important. And your decisions got to be genuine, man. Especially when they're about you. See, it was a lot of people in prison that lied. Yeah, they was liars, man. I'm talking about, when I tell you these dudes was the biggest cons I have ever seen in my entire life, oh my God, it was some dudes that made you believe they had everything and they ain't had nothing but what you had. And before it was over, guess what? They was walking out of your cell with all your junk. And guess what? You be trying to get at them, but guess what? You got dudes on your butt stabbing you about some other stuff. He just set up behind his. I'm talking about them dude was off the chain. So you had to be real careful who you dealt with. Because everybody had on false faces. Everybody was a mirage. Everybody was a mirage. You know, because you will meet a person, and 2 weeks later, you'll be like, man, this ain't the person I met 2 weeks ago. This dude off the chain. You know, you'll meet a dude that's straight. I'm talking about, this dude, man, what's up, homie? He playing basketball. He out there playing flag football on the compound. You know what I'm saying? Then he kicking you out the shower to get it up with a white boy. Now, that's their business. But hey, you know what I'm saying? Why you make me think this way and it was the other way? I'm just saying. That's the prison life, though. That's the prison life. That's what goes on behind closed doors. You understand what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people used to tell me that cops are like stop signs. You know, you need to slow down and you need to yield when you're around any correction officer or police officers out here as well. You need to slow down. You need to yield. Absolutely. Especially you black guys like me, okay? But anyway, I want you to let y'all know that, man, I want to talk about somebody that's real special to me. And, you know, when I left the streets, my baby mother was 14 years old, I believe. I was 16. And she had my child. And I see my baby mama today, man. I can't believe the strong woman she done turned into, you know, growing through her growing pains and having a child as well. And my son, he's so handsome. Absolutely. You know, you never forget what you left behind. You never forget it. But I was blessed. I was blessed after 31 years to get out of prison and see my baby mama again. See her mother, see my son, my beautiful grandkids. And man, listen, nothing compares to it. It's just an overabundance of joy deep down that resonates, that gives me the inspiration to talk to you guys and girls so y'all can get this here. Y'all can understand why we make waves, why we do what we do. You know, because a lot of dudes screw up. A lot of dudes don't understand. They can't comprehend why. They can't comprehend why. It's a lot of dudes in prison that can't comprehend why. Why this happening like this here? Listen. Me trying to be a smarty two-shoes, right? In prison, I thought when I got a certain age that everything was going on wrong with me. I thought I had gas. I thought I was dying. Man, you can, if you named it, I was running down, the medical only cost $5. I was running down the medical by anything and everything. To a real fine nurse told me one day, she said, Devin, she said, why you keep acting like you a hypochondriac? And I was like, what is that? And she said, that's the person that imagined that things are wrong with them. It blowed me. It blowed me. It blowed me. I had to slow all the way down. I had to slow all the way down, y'all. I had to heave and take a deep look at myself and be like, you know, what's going on? What's going on? Because I was falling to the wayside. I was falling to the wayside. Again, my decisions had jumped up and choked me down. See, I'm gonna tell you something. In prison, you have so many dark places. You have so many dark places. You have so many people that got dark places. And man, these people will go there on you. They'll go there on you. These people will go to these dark places on you and they'll hurt you. They'll really, really, really hurt you. In South Bay, I experienced a scene like that happened before. I mean, when I came out of cell, I couldn't believe my eyes. You had a dude beating another human being in the head with a horseshoe. It was blood everywhere. The dude had tried to ram and slipped in his own blood and twisted his knee. And as the dude was hitting him, he looked at me. I immediately got up out of there. Now, looking back, I can truly say that I was wrong. I shouldn't have left. I should have helped. Should have did something. But this dude had a horseshoe, and listen, the scene that I saw was immeasurable. Listen, let me tell you something. Prison was so ruthless back then. I had a partner at South Bay. Now, my partner was huge. He was cut up. He was big. And it was another dude that was skinny. But it looked like something was wrong with this dude. So I used to tell my partner, I was like, man, something up with this dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Something up with this dude. But I couldn't peg it. Because, you know, one day he'd be healthy, whole, fat. And then 2 months later, the dude was skinny. So I'm like, dang, man, there's something up with this dude, man. Something up with this dude. Come to find out, now my dog didn't notice him. I didn't even know it at the time until this happened. My dog was gambling on the rec yard. He was gambling on the rec yard. And this dude was gambling with them. And man, they was going through it. But my dog and this skinny dude kept hacking at each other. They was cussing each other out. So I'm checking out the slim dude. I'm like, man, something up with this dude. So my dog like, man, pay me my money. So the dude like, man, I ain't paying you nothing. So my dog hauled off and slapped the dude. I was like, oh man, we finna go through it out here. He slapped the dude. Dude had blood all in his mouth. Now check this out. This is what you ain't gonna believe. Man, the dude said, oh, you wanna hit me? He's spitting up blood and everything. So my dog ready to fight. So when the dude ran at my dog swung but missed. The dude jumped on my partner and he had his head right here. So my dog got his head like this here in his neck. The dude and another dude from the crowd said, hey man, he got AIDS. I said, oh my God. So the dude went to biting. I'm talking about with teeth on this dude's neck. So my dog, instead of my dog fight, he would scream, help. He tried to pull the dude off. But the dude, I'm talking about slob. Listen, I'm mesmerized. I couldn't believe my eyes. Especially, listen, I go help, and I did. But it's blood everywhere. It's corrupted blood everywhere. You know what I'm saying? In my little mind eyes. That's what I saw, y'all. That's what I saw. That was a scene that I would never forget. Now, my partner didn't get bit. Thank God. But we all had to go to medical to get checked up. Absolutely. We had to go to medical to get checked up. That was a crazy episode of my life. That was a crazy episode of my life there. You know what I'm saying? I done had plenty life and death experiences in prison. You know, I done had life and death experiences where, you know, you come across a dude and you don't know this dude. You don't know who this dude is. You never seen him before. You know, this dude can be from, you know, he can be from Florence, Europe. Who knows? This is the United States. You don't know where people from. But he was a killer. When I mean killer, I'm talking about this dude was a killer. I ain't know it. But I'm running my mouth until somebody pulled my coat. Said, hey man, listen, you need to go apologize to that old man. I'm like, I ain't gonna apologize to that old man. He can get it. Talking about this and that and that. They like, man, listen. Listen, Jig. Go apologize to that old man. And when I looked into my partner's eyes and seen he was telling me I wouldn't apologize to the old man. Didn't know that this old man was a killer. He was a killer and I didn't know it. I had to grow up in prison to recognize who I'm seeing, who I'm talking to. Because that counts too. Your decisions counts. Your decisions counts. Yeah, they do. Absolutely. Hey, y'all, this JD. I'm signing out to Redeem King. Absolutely. Please comment, like, subscribe. Peace out.